This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up, back with another one, and this clip breaks down Skip Bayless and Stephen A. clashing over LeBron James Lakers legacy. So let's check this clip out.
The opportunity to get Luka wasn't just because he's great, but because he was also younger.
Yeah.
And he had a longer period where you can look forward to him being a Laker, whereas LeBron is scheduled to retire any year now.
Right.
And you were ready for the future to belong to somebody else. And it's not a knock against LeBron, because if it was, I wouldn't hesitate to knock it. But it's not. But this is reality. You're not Kobe. You're not somebody that started out there and was there from day one.
Right. Yep.
You know, the Lakers, even though they listen, they even treated Shaq differently than they treated Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Magic, Kobe, you know, cats that were there from the beginning and stayed there. The Lakers historically look at them a little bit differently than they look like a transplant who they've inherited.
Mm. Right.
So because of that, if you combine that with this feeling that you really exercising your cachet, there's going to be some resentment. Mm-hmm. And they may not want you to leave, but they certainly wanted to diminish the supposed power you either thought or actually had.
Mm. Okay. From what I hear, what I see, what I believe, I don't think the Lakers wanted LeBron back before this season. Mm-hmm. It was his option to return at $50-ish million.
Right.
And so they couldn't stop him from returning. But here's what nobody talks about that I believe they full well know, starting with the GM and Jeannie, obviously, at the top.
Okay.
LeBron James, since that Mickey Mouse championship that you spoke of, it was a pandemic.
Stop the Mickey Mouse.
Okay, well, it was a pandemic. I know you say it's a chip, but it's a pandemic championship in the bubble when most teams didn't want to be there after a while. Mm-hmm. So he won it by default. So I give you that. It does count. You get the big trophy and all that. But
I'll say something about it in a second.
It's an asterisk. Go ahead. Just say.
You know what I want to say?
Okay.
I want to say, because it's very important, I don't think people brought this up. I don't delegitimize the championship. Chip is the chip. You won it. And I give them a lot of credit, because to be in that bubble and to want to stay, to want to win it, I mean, those were some tough times. That's a once-in-a-century situation.
Okay, but you're the last team standing.
I feel you on that, but what I'm saying is you deserve a lot of credit for being competitive and wanting to do it under those conditions.
Yep.
Number one, here's the only argument that I believe people can make against the Lakers and the legitimacy of the chip. And nobody has brought this up that I've heard. You can't, it's impossible for you to assume that Anthony Davis would have been available for you if they had to play an 82-game season.
All right, this is one of those debates that never cools off because it hits legacy, pride, and emotion.
If the season had never been halted and there wasn't a 4-month hiatus, and you had to go through the season nonstop, Anthony Davis, the belief was Anthony Davis wouldn't have been available for you.
Well,
so that is legitimate.
LeBron, at an advanced age, got 4 months off before the bubble.
Yeah,
right?
but what I'm saying is LeBron has earned the trust of basketball lovers everywhere to be able to say what we saw in the finals, what we saw in the playoffs in the bubble, we would have seen from him in the playoffs in April, May, and June. Anthony Davis hadn't, because we had not seen him be available.
Right.
And there were question marks. I mean, we weren't as extreme as Charles Barkley. You understand, who called them street clothes. But there's a lot of people that were feeling you would have seen them in street clothes.
Yep.
So because that period gave you the reprieve necessary in order for him to be available, you could make an argument that wouldn't have happened if the season hadn't been interrupted.
Okay.
That's it.
Here's what the Laker brass knows that no one ever talks about. Since that Mickey Mouse championship, LeBron James and company, 12-20 in postseason games.
Yeah.
For him individually, that's the worst winning percentage of any active player in the postseason, 12-20. And over the last 3 years, LeBron and company, 2-12 in the postseason. And listen, this man has been a disappearing act in the fourth quarters of the last 3 years of playoff runs, 2 of them very quick and short. But Even if we go back to the Denver, they got to the conference championship. They got swept by Denver, and Denver's on its way to winning it all. But in those 4 fourth quarters, LeBron shot 7 of 23 and 1 of 10 from 3. And during that series, he set an NBA record for missed consecutive fourth quarter threes of 20 in a row. He missed 20 straight threes in the fourth quarters of those Denver games. And I know for a fact the Laker brass was not happy with that performance. That's when Austin Reeves almost saved it for him, because he's the one you can trust.
This debate centers on Skip Bayless challenging LeBron James' legacy with the Los Angeles Lakers, while Stephen A. forcefully defends it, creating a tense exchange about respect, power, and championships. Skip argues the Lakers viewed the chance to build around Luka as a future-focused decision, rather than loyalty to LeBron, framing him as a temporary superstar instead of a lifelong Laker. He claims the franchise historically values players who started and stayed, like Magic and Kobe, more than stars who arrived later, which he believes led to resentment and an effort to limit LeBron's influence. Skip then targets the Bubble Championship, calling it a pandemic title that counts officially but deserves skepticism because of unusual conditions. He suggests rest during the shutdown benefited an aging LeBron, and more importantly, kept Anthony Davis healthy, something he doubts would have happened across a full season. Stephen A. pushes back strongly, insisting a championship is a championship, and emphasizing the mental toughness required to endure isolation, pressure, and uncertainty.